Hey guys, it's Matt from Uprising Firearms again. Gonna do another unboxing video. This one is some AK-47 kits that just came from Palmetto State Armory. Very recently, they had Yugo underfolder kits for sale. They were running $329.99. A lot of the reviews I got said they were matching numbers parts kits, so I figured for that kind of price, these days, that's a killer deal. The price of parts kits has really gone up. The prices of AKs in general have really gone up. You really can't touch a decent AK anymore for under $1,000. I think that's going to be the norm here. So picking up a kit for $300 or $400, that's a kit without an original barrel. For $300-400 is a great price these days, especially if it's numbers matching. Most of the ones that are being imported today are on the rough side or mismatched, and to find a decent kit, it's getting a little bit more difficult. Pre-ban kits that have original barrels, you're looking in the neighborhood of $500 to $800 for your run-of-the-mill Romanian, Yugo, things like that. Finding those anymore is always secondhand. They're not importing them anymore. So let's take a quick look and unbox these kits from Palmetto State Armory. This is the box it came in. I just opened the outer layer to see what it was. I get packages multiple times a day at the shop here, so I wasn't sure what it was, and I stopped as soon as I opened it. There's 3 kits in here, I believe. Kind of a little plain old box. Paper wrapping. Nothing special. So, most of your Palmetto State Armory orders will always come with a sticker. And you got like a little receipt here with the packing slip and your receipt with the price paid. So we ordered 3 Yugo M70ab2 kits. This says used parts kit with underfolder stock, no barrel, receiver, or magazine included. And the price was $989.97. Most parts kits these days I see advertised for sale no longer come with magazines, simply because the importer or the retailer, they'll pull the mags out and they'll get $15 to $30 a piece for those, depending on country of origin. So, looks like there's no holes in the box. Doesn't look like we've lost anything. They're loosely wrapped in this blue plastic. There's a nut here from something. So, let's see, what does this tag say? It says Yugo M70 AK-47 used parts kit. So it looks like that's just a matching barcode scanner with the receipt. So more than likely in the warehouse, these guys are just scanning these barcodes, making sure they're getting the right quantities, and the inventory's been taken care of. So first kit, let's go ahead and cut this open. We are planning on manufacturing new firearms here at Uprising Firearms. We do have our 07. We are going to be building custom AK rifles out of kits. We're going to be doing some custom work for customers. We are going to be building some NFA items as soon as our tax stamp comes in. We're, of course, waiting on that, and that's taken forever. So we're going to set this stuff over here on the side. Looks like our wood. Sort of just a big old bag. There's our metal folding stock piece. There's our trunnion, our trigger. There's our top cover. Gas tube here with our handguard. So that looks like that's matched to itself. It's electro-penciled and stamped on there. The top cover is stamped matching. cleaning rod. The reason I'm wearing gloves when I'm taking apart these bags is depending on who demilled them or how they demilled them, these kits are really sharp. A lot of sharp edges, a lot of slag, a lot of like fine metal shavings and stuff that, you know, are razor sharp. So you want to be kind of careful taking apart or when you demill these kits. So that's why I'm wearing gloves. So this is a dated in 1990 m70ab2. That serial number is matching. Well, can't really tell much on that bore. There's pretty short section of barrel. Same goes for that. There's not much to see, but that's our front sight. Our trigger guard, our safety. Might do something like this, kind of give us a better idea. No cracks in the wood. It's kind of ugly and dirty, but with a little bit of cleaning, I'm sure it'll look okay. Alright, let's see what else we got here. There's our plastic Yugo grip. The new Z-Paps that are coming out from Zastava, they don't have plastic grips, so it's kind of nice if you want to make your Yugo look original to get some of those black plastic grips. They come with like a wood walnut one now. So our bolt carrier is matching, and our bolt is also matching. So these are all used firearms from overseas, and to be honest, the condition of this is pretty darn good. I'm not seeing a lot of wear. It's obviously been used. There's some marks on the hammer and some of the other metal parts, but overall, they don't look absolutely terribly abused and beat up before they demilled them. Some of the parts kits are just absolutely trashed. That's some more of our folding stock mechanism. That's our pistol grip. See right there, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Someone hit that at some point with a grinder or whatever demolition tool, and there's some pretty sharp pieces of metal coming off of there. So that's our nut for the grip. So here's some miscellaneous pins. Here's our spring guide rod. That's matching as well. That looks great. So that's our plate there. Another pin. So that's our ferrule. Some more pins. Okay, trigger group stuff. There's our gas block. So from what I can see from the barrel on this thing, it's absolutely trash. There's no barrel left on this. A lot of the Yugos they don't have chrome line barrels, and the ammunition that they were using was corrosive. They didn't really take great care of them, so a lot of these Yugo kits, even if they have original barrels, are trash because the barrels need to be replaced anyways. So I would make sure that barrel you're buying with the original kit is good, especially on these Yugo guns. They've got pretty bad bores on a lot of them. So that's our hook. So it looks like just about everything is in the kit. There might be a little miscellaneous spring here or there missing, but that's not a big deal. I think that nut, this goes to this rifle. The threads look nice and clean. They don't look all messed up, so that's good news. Overall, so far this kit looks pretty good. We're gonna get this kind of cleared off for a second, and then we're gonna get the next kit out, and we'll take a look at that. All right, look at our second kit here. I'd like to add that I'm not sponsored by Palmetto State Armory. This is product that I bought directly from their website. I'm not a dealer for them. I paid regular full price like any other customer, plus sales tax and shipping and handling. Right now, with the current climate, with all the riots and everything else going on in the world, getting a hold of any kind of product right now is difficult. So I'm just happy that we're getting anything in the shop, and Palmetto State Armory from time to time is getting some pretty cool deals on stuff. So they're not just, they're selling ARs and AR parts. So check out their website for FAL stuff and AK stuff, and they're now producing their own line of AKs. Which we're anticipating getting some. So here's another gas block. You could see when they demilled that barrel, they nicked part of the gas block. Not anything major. When this gets refinished, you probably won't see it. Not going to alter or affect the way the firearm functions at all. It's kind of just a superficial nick, not a big deal. You know, they're demilling these kits as fast as they can. You know, the more time they take, the more they got to pay for the labor and the time. So they're doing these kits pretty quick. And the barrel on this one is absolutely shot out as well. There's nothing left in there. So that's probably why these kits got sold as parts kits. These bores were crap. Right now in the world surplus market, you have a lot more buyers out there buying firearms and surplus kits and stuff like that to manufacture or use these firearms in conflicts or to arm certain factions and governments right now. Normally, most parts kits are completed firearms that are bought and then chopped apart, and it's cost effective to buy complete guns from these countries or exporters, because you can still make a profit cutting them up and importing them into the country and then selling them as parts kits. Because of legislation, they're doing more and more to make that more difficult, like with the barrel ban. And instead of saw cutting, they're making you torch cut, which ruins more parts. So finding any kind of halfway decent kit is getting more expensive. That's why a lot of stuff that we're finding on the surplus market, like RPDs, you can't get those kits into the country, and the manufacturers who are making semi-auto ones are having trouble because there's other countries buying those as complete machine guns that they're going to import in their country as complete guns for actual use. Then someone can pay to cut them up and then sell them as a parts kit. That's kind of partially what you're seeing. So a 1986 dated one. One thing I'd like to point out on Yugo kits is the pin is recessed here in the trunnion. A lot of people think, oh, there's something wrong with my gun, that pin's not flush. It's supposed to be that way. That's the way the pins are. They're recessed on both sides. Now, if you see some builds where this pin is flush and then it's recessed on one side, then that's probably because it's not been pushed in far enough, or they're using incorrect parts. But this is a factory trunnion that hasn't been pushed apart yet. You can see that's recessed like that, so that's correct. So far, our gas tube is matching the trunnion. Got our cleaning rod. Top cover is matching. 221. Sorry about that, guys. We are having some technical difficulties with our GoPro battery. We had to switch it out real quick. So we left off looking at the bolt carrier here, and that is matched, as is our bolt. That's matched as well. The spring guide rod is not. That's not a big deal. That's kind of the least of our concerns. Everything else is matched. Again, looking at the piston here, there does not seem to be a whole lot of corrosion or carbon buildup at all on this. This looks really clean. So someone either serviced it really well and cleaned it before they stored it away and then end up cutting it apart, or I don't know. It doesn't explain why the bores look so poor on this. They might have taken them out and shot them, never cleaned them, put them away, and the bores got terribly destroyed, and the rest of the gun looks pretty good, but there's no evidence of a lot of oxidation or rust or anything on the inside of the gas tube or the piston here. So that looks good. That's promising. So we got our trunnion, we got our front sight. All right, we got our pistol grip. Let's see, here's our safety. There's our trigger group components. All right, there's our plate. We've got a trigger plate. Let's see, we've got our little screws and pins. So yeah, it looks like a very complete kit too. Again, there's a nice piece of metal that would love to cut you open, so just be a little careful when you're dealing with these kits. Wear gloves. Leather gloves would be even better than this, but these will do for now. So far, these kits look fabulous. I'd buy these all day long for $329 plus shipping. So you go to a gun show, they're going to want this much or more for a matching numbers parts kit there. Right now with coronavirus, all the gun shows in Arizona for the most part have been canceled. I don't know if they're even going to have the SAR show in December, which would be pretty terrible because we do a lot of shopping there. We set up some tables too, as usual. We sell a lot of guns at SAR show. So we'll see what happens, but so far these kits look great. I think we're gonna tape this bag back together, and we're gonna look at that third kit here in a second. Okay. All right, guys, third and final kit. Hopefully our batteries last. Fortunately, these GoPro batteries they wear out pretty quick, and this one's kind of only got about 20% left of juice. So let's take a look here real quick. These bags are so big, I like to cut them in half. Get in there a little easier. So we've got a... Oh, cool. This has got the Zastava on the top part of the trunnion. It doesn't have a date on it. It does have serial number A-34744, so that's cool. Let's see if the parts match. Let me know in the comments, guys, what your kits look like. Let me know what you're planning on building with yours. I think what we're going to do is build pistols out of these and keep the underfolding stocks and trunnions for some like Yugo Paratrooper RPKs. Build some of those. Those are pretty neat. So I think that's the plan for these guys, build some pistols out of them. Let me know how your parts kits kind of came out. I have a general idea that they all pretty much look like this. They all look pretty nice. So there's the button there. Let's see, 3/4. Okay, that's matching. That is matching. Okay, looks like we got something broken here with a little piece of threaded part on it. So that looks busted, whatever that is. We'll figure that out. This cleaning rod is totally caked in some kind of really thick grease. There's our T-nut for our grip. Yeah, and this bore and barrel is absolutely trashed as well. This has got no rifling whatsoever in it. But the gas tube, you know, it's got some crud in it, but I think that'll clean up pretty nicely. It's got some finish wear like you'd expect, but that moves freely. You see that one didn't get nicked like the last one did when they cut the barrel, but that looks good. There's our front sight. Yeah, again, just it looks like a fuzzy sewer pipe. There's nothing in there. No rifling whatsoever. There's our safety. Some more of our parts. That's our muzzle nut, hammer, a couple pins and a spring. Some more pins there. More of her fire control groups. So that's it. That's the Yugo kits that we got from Palmetto State Armory. $329. They look pretty darn good. Oh, let's see that bolt carrier. We forgot to check that real quick. That is unnumbered. There's no numbers on the bolt carrier at all. It doesn't even look scrubbed. You could see the tooling marks in there, but there's no evidence of an old number or electro pencil in there at all. So there's nothing there at all. And on our bolt, there's a very faint electro pencil on there, and that's not matching. So that's kind of not expected. I kind of figured they'd all be numbered at somewhat. So this could be some sort of replacement bolt carrier. Oh, here we go. Real difficult to see there. It is electro pencil down at the bottom. The bolt is matched to the bolt carrier from what I could see, but it is not matched to the rest of the gun. So this kit, not as nice as I was expecting. But you know what? For $329, it's definitely rebuildable. It's usable. I'm pretty happy, especially with the first two kits.